The Precision 3D command can be used to design culverts and runs external to the Carlson 2017 CAD environment. It utilizes tins made within Carlson 2017, and these tins made using commands like commands like road network and pad template will have colors that are mapped to textures. So it's a very rich design environment. Let's go to the 100-year storm, or if we choose, let's change it to the 50-year storm. And let's also bring in the rainfall library for this particular site, because if the site's on state plane and the right projection is selected, notice on the right the lat long is known, and that is sent to NOAA, and now we have another rainfall event that is visible right here and is the rational rainfall event for this specific site, all durations, all major years. So let's do the 50-year and calculate the storm. Now, while it's calculating, let's point out what it's going to do. It's going to find all the watersheds and going to find all the peak flow within those watersheds. If the peak flow does not lead to overflow, it will isolate that as a watershed. If there is an overflow, it'll put little blue gates in along the flow line, where you, the engineer designer, decide which watersheds you want to isolate for design purposes. So we do want to isolate this watershed above this overflow point. Double click moves in, so I double click the actual blue gate icon and turn them red, and I will focus on these three particular watershed areas and quickly select my storm and recalculate. Now, as it's recalculating, notice that we're doing both crossroad culvert design and roadside culvert design under entry roads. And when doing design where one culvert flows to another, you can select the calculation method compound culvert as opposed to additive. And this factors in the time it takes for the water to flow through the entire system, and that leads to slightly less flow downstream. And I would point out that we're doing rational, but factoring in shallow concentrated channel and sheet flow, sort of a SCS aspect of design in our rational method. We have many options for calculation by rational method. The pure hydro method, which is standard rational, then TR55, or this modified TR55 where the sheet flow is done by kinematic wave. And that's what we've actually done in this case. Very quickly, let's design our three culverts. So we come in and go ahead and create a pipe. We look for the low point. You see how you get a little snap icon at the low points, and look at my slope, 8.04%. Let's just make that minus 8%. And notice if I change my culvert to corrugated metal, Manning's End changes on the fly. Let's also come in and very quickly design these two roadside pipes under access roads. Doesn't take much pipe size to drain that little watershed, so why don't we do the following? You can come down and say, well, just give me the headwater if I go ahead and change my pipe size to a pipe I actually have in stock, 12 inches. I'll do the same on this next one. We'll drain across this road with another culvert pipe and put it down here. See, it's about a 12% slope, maybe come further upstream. Now we're at about 8.4, 7.6%. Maybe make that minus 7.7 to get a nice even number. We'll look for that when we plot it back to CAD. And we are not quite done because I don't want to go with a 9-inch. I change it to calculate headwater so that I can force a 12-inch And while I'm at it, I'll make that one also corrugated metal. And then we will file, save to CAD, and go ahead and exit back to CAD and plot. So we go File, Quit, Exit, and we're going to plot back in CAD. Now it goes right to our plan view settings, and let me go ahead and double check that I have my desired fonts here, and I have the look I want. So as I look in, notice all the labeling is correct. Notice my second pipe was corrugated metal, my first was not changed, it's concrete. And the one across the road is concrete at the revised slope of 8% and 7.7%. And let's finish up by plotting the profile of the main segment, the main crossroad pipe. I've got settings here already covered, so I'm just going to plot it right here, and you can see there's my profile view, also 8%. And I could do that for the other 3 pipes. So it's a very quick and effective design environment that produces the deliverables back in the CAD.